Now, you've given us so many great memories over the years. I would love to find out who your heroes were. Who inspired you to want to make music? Just when you heard them, it was like, I got to do this.
Ray Charles, Little Richard, and Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Ray Charles to me he was just it, you know.
Yeah.
The man could get more feeling out of making a sound of oh than anybody I knew. So he really knocked me over. Little Richard was the first record that I've ever played to. Tutti Frutti. Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Perry Como. It doesn't matter. It was just music. Period. It was everybody. There was something magic in every facet of music. You know.
And where did you grow up?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, I mean the storied legends of Detroit music. It must have been so exciting to be a part of that.
Unbelievable. I mean, Detroit was. I mean, Motown, of course.
Yes.
I knew Marvin Gaye. I knew Stevie Wonder since he was 10 years old. I used to hang with David Ruffin, lead singer of the Temps. Rest his soul, he's gone now. Gladys Knight, Smokey, Mary Wells, Marvelettes, doesn't matter. I knew them all down there.
And the music brought people together.
The musicians
united
the
colors.
Were pretty tight. There was so much fun
genres.
going on at Motown Studios. And then in Michigan themselves, you know, you got Bob Seger, the MC5. You got lots of people that came out of just Michigan that weren't Motown. But
Yeah.
It was a great music scene back then. There were clubs everywhere, and bands in the clubs, and people, and it was just a great time.
So everybody inspired everybody else.
It's back when everybody was working, you know.
Yeah.
Factories and stuff. People go out, have a beer or two.
Sure.
Bands are playing. It was a great
It's
time.
that blue-collar, hard-working spirit.
That's what it was.
That drove it. Well, I've got to admit that the first 45 I ever bought, and I truly wore the grooves out, and I still own it today, is I Just Want to Celebrate.
I Just Want to Celebrate, yeah.
I mean, there was something about the rock and the soul, the passion, the hook, something about that song. Growing up as a fan of Top 40 Radio, of course, you know, with the Beatles and Motown, that song made me want to go out with my own money and purchase my first, 7-inch single.
Wow.
And it really, really inspired me.
Wow, that's
So
really
I
nice
thank you
story.
so much
Thank
for the music. I probably bought thousands of records since.
I put my faith in the people, but the people let me down. So I turn the other way and carry on anyhow. There's good words in that song, man.
It was an amazing time. You know, tell us about what your fondest memories are from that era of really seeing music that you were making reach people on a national level, and then being able to go out to other cities and see that joy, seeing people get up and dance and sing your words back to you and really react to your music.
Well, that part's hard to explain how that feels. It feels, it's just an amazing feeling.
Indescribable.
And it's so flattering and appealing and scary at the same time. And they put a lot of weight on your shoulders and trusted you so much, and you want to live up to that. And you have a coliseum that's full of people that have paid their money and all their anticipation, and you want to be that good for them. You want to be better than that. So sometimes early on it can build up to where you're just like, oh, you know, and you get a little scared and that you might not be able to deliver all that. And then when you do and it's successful, it's just so gratifying and so thankful that, I mean, to this day, people come up and tell me how something I did changed their life, and God, that's so hard to. It's just so hard to understand sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very flattered. And
But
thank you so much.
a Little Richard or Jerry Lee Lewis did that to you.
They did that to me. Yeah,
you know,
they did that to me.
You pay it forward.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it was great. All those years were great with Rare Earth. We had a good time, and it was fantastic. It still is. You know, this is what I've done since I'm 16 years old. You know, and I've gotten this far.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to question. I'm just going to keep going.
The music has weathered so many trends, so many eras.
So many.
And it's still timeless today. You drop the needle, and it still makes you feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It does.
You know, I had to go buy another turntable because I missed that that feeling. CDs are great, but there's nothing like that
Yeah, that
needle
analog.
dropping. Yeah.
My kids bought me a
Oh
turntable.
my gosh. I mean, vinyl is back in a new way. You know, it's,
It is. Yeah,
you know,
it is,
people can't get away from it. What are some of the other memorable shows? Was there some people you played with, or some venues you played, or you know, take us back to a couple memories.
We got booked 3 nights in a row in Madison Square Gardens with Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, it was when Sly was dealing with his problem of drug abuse.
Yeah.
And he let a lot of his audiences down.
Yeah.
But it was still thrilling because Madison Square Garden was sold out.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Then we played the Atlanta Pop Festival with 300,000 people. And then we played California Jam with 200, 300,000 people. But you know what? We've also played a club that's had 20 people in it. And there was just as much excitement because people are people, and whether there's 20 or 20,000 or whatever, you put it out there, and when they respond, that's the completion of the marriage. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't, you know, those things are impressive, the big places, but they're not necessarily better than anything else we play. Most of our shows were very gratifying and thrilling. Some were embarrassing when the crowd was small. But sometimes the smallest crowds had the biggest heart.
Yeah.
So you never know. You just go do it all, you know. And then when you're finally done with it, your life, you know, you guys did it all, and there it is, you know. So, but we played some beautiful places, Carnegie Hall, Anaheim Convention Center, and then we played South America. I mean, so it's hard to compare what's better. They're all great, but those were some of them right there.
I mean, that exchange with the audience, like you say, it could have been 20 people. You know, I worked with the group U2 in the early days, and the first show they did in Orange County was for 12 people. They put on the same show they did a year and a half later for 300,000 people at the US Festival. It's the reason why they stole the show and became the biggest. You know, it's that love for what you do.
That's right.
It's
That's
so
what it
important.
is. That's what it
now,
is.
what advice would you give to that young singer, that young artist, a young band coming up today in a different world? But what do they need to concentrate and what they don't need to worry about to have a chance to have a lasting quality or find their own voice?
Well, I think you have to be true to yourself. I don't think that. Well, see, to me, the stage is a place of honor. Mm-hmm. I was chosen out of millions and millions and millions to be on stage. Mm-hmm. So it's honorable. I want to respect it. And I don't care personally for bands or singers or whatever that disrespect their audience or the stage or themselves on the stage. When they get on that stage and there's an audience and it's ready to go, I believe that the commitment is to respect it all so much that you give all of yourself, you lay it all out there, and not in a way that insults people or you take advantage of a crowd, and I've seen that. And I don't particularly care for the not so good language on stage, stuff like that. I've never said the F-bomb or anything like that on a stage. That doesn't make me right or wrong. It's just you asked how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. It's a place of honor, and I'm thankful that I got a chance to get on the stage. And if I get on the stage next week, I'm going to be just as respectful then as I always was. So. And then you simply do your best to give the best you can. That audience, there are people that have dug in their pockets, taken their hard-earned money, and bought an opportunity to see you out of respect. Mm-hmm. Give them the respect. Mm-hmm. That's all.